A social worker is working with a 50-year-old client who is experiencing a midlife crisis characterized by profound introspection and questioning the meaning and purpose of their life. The client is grappling with existential concerns and the desire to make significant life changes. What theory of human development is most relevant to understanding the complex challenges faced by the client during this midlife transition? A. Piaget's theory of cognitive development. B. Kohlberg's theory of moral development. C. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. D. Skinner's theory of operant conditioning. C. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development includes the stage of generativity versus stagnation, which occurs during middle adulthood, approximately ages 40 to 65. This stage involves the exploration of one's legacy, contributions to society, and the search for a sense of purpose and meaning in life. The challenges faced by the client, such as questioning life's purpose and contemplating significant life changes, align with the central themes of this psychosocial stage, making it the most relevant theory for understanding the client's experiences during their midlife crisis. A skilled social worker is conducting a family therapy session with a family of 5, including parents and 3 adolescent children. During the session, the social worker keenly observes the dynamics within the family. The parents appear to be struggling with their roles, and there is a noticeable tension between them and their oldest child, a 17-year-old. The social worker suspects that the conflict may be related to the family life cycle. Which stage of the family life cycle is this family most likely experiencing? A. Launching children and moving on. B. Childbearing. C. Family of adolescents. D. Family of young adults. A. Launching children and moving on. This family is most likely experiencing the launching children and moving on stage of the family life cycle. In this stage, parents often face challenges as their adolescent children strive for independence and begin to leave home. The tension and conflicts between parents and the oldest child align with the typical struggles seen during this stage, where children are preparing to launch into adulthood and parents must adjust to their changing roles. A social worker is working with a transgender client who is in the process of transitioning and has recently faced significant discrimination and challenges related to their gender identity. The client expresses concerns about their safety and well-being. What principle of culturally competent social work practice should the social worker prioritize in their interactions with the client to effectively address these concerns? A. Dismissing the client's concerns as exaggerated or unfounded. B. Minimizing discussions about the client's gender identity to prevent discomfort. C. Encouraging the client to keep their gender identity private to avoid discrimination. D. Collaborating with the client to develop strategies for navigating discrimination. D. Collaborating with the client to develop strategies for navigating discrimination. Collaborating with the client to develop strategies for navigating discrimination is the most appropriate choice because it aligns with the principles of client-centered and culturally competent social work practice. Transgender individuals often face discrimination and challenges related to their gender identity, which can impact their safety and overall well-being. By collaborating with the client, the social worker acknowledges the client's unique experiences and concerns. This collaborative approach empowers the client to actively participate in finding practical solutions to address discrimination. In contrast, options A, B, and C are not in line with culturally competent practice. Option A dismisses the client's concerns, which is not respectful or supportive of their experiences. Option B suggests avoiding discussions about the client's gender identity, which can hinder open communication and prevent the client from addressing their concerns. Option C encourages the client to conceal their gender identity, which may perpetuate discrimination and deny the client's right to self-expression. A social worker is working with a family in which one parent has recently been diagnosed with a severe mental illness. The children in the family are showing signs of increased stress and anxiety due to the parent's condition. The family's dynamics are becoming strained, and there are disruptions in roles and communication. Which concept best explains the intricate web of interactions and the systemic impact of the parent's mental illness on the family? A. Person and environment, PIE, theory. B. Systems theory. C. Attachment theory. D. Crisis intervention theory. B. Systems theory. Systems theory is the most appropriate concept to explain the complex interactions and systemic impact of the parent's mental illness on the family. It acknowledges that each family member is part of an interconnected system, and changes or disruptions in one part can affect the entire family structure, leading to shifts in roles, communication patterns, and stress levels. Systems theory provides a comprehensive framework for understanding the family's response to the parent's mental illness. A social worker is working with a client who identifies as a lesbian and reports experiencing discrimination and harassment at their workplace due to their sexual orientation. The client is seeking guidance on addressing this issue effectively. What is the most appropriate response by the social worker to empower the client and address workplace discrimination? A. Advise the client to remain silent about their sexual orientation at work. B. Encourage the client to file a formal complaint with their employer. C. Suggest the client change their sexual orientation to avoid discrimination. D. Discontinue working with the client due to the sensitivity of the issue. B. Encourage the client to file a formal complaint with their employer. The most appropriate response is to empower the client to address workplace discrimination by filing a formal complaint with their employer. This response aligns with the principles of advocating for client rights, addressing discrimination, and promoting a safe and inclusive work environment. It acknowledges the client's experience and seeks to address the issue constructively while respecting the client's autonomy and identity. Encouraging the client to remain silent or suggesting a change in sexual orientation would be unethical and ineffective, and discontinuing work with the client would not align with the social worker's role in advocating for social justice and supporting clients in challenging situations. A social worker is working with a 5-year-old child named Emily who exhibits difficulty in forming peer relationships and frequently displays aggressive behavior in kindergarten. Emily struggles to communicate effectively with others, often resulting in conflicts with her classmates. The social worker believes that understanding the underlying developmental factors is crucial for effective intervention. Which theory of human development is most relevant to gaining insights into Emily's behavior and challenges? A. Freud's psychosexual development theory. B. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. C. Vygotsky's sociocultural theory. D. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. C. Vygotsky's sociocultural theory. In this scenario, Vygotsky's sociocultural theory is the most relevant perspective for understanding Emily's behavior and challenges. Vygotsky's theory emphasizes the role of social interactions and cultural influences in cognitive development. Emily's difficulties in forming peer relationships and her struggles with communication can be best understood through the lens of how her social interactions and cultural context impact her development. This perspective highlights the importance of considering the social environment and interpersonal relationships in addressing Emily's behavioral issues and supporting her development. A social worker is presented with a complex case involving a family struggling with a 15-year-old adolescent who exhibits consistent truancy from school, engages in high-risk behaviors, and displays signs of substance abuse. The adolescent's actions have placed significant strain on family dynamics, and the family is seeking assistance to address the adolescent's behavior. In this intricate scenario, which theoretical perspective should the social worker prioritize when assessing and intervening with this family to navigate the multifaceted challenges they face? A. Family systems perspective, which examines the interplay of family dynamics and their impact on individual behavior within the family system. B. Psychodynamic perspective, which delves into unconscious motives and unresolved childhood conflicts as drivers of behavior. C. Behavioral perspective, which focuses on observable behaviors and the influence of reinforcement in behavior modification. D. Cognitive perspective, which explores the role of cognitive processes, thoughts, and perceptions in shaping behavior and emotions. A. Family systems perspective, which examines the interplay of family dynamics and their impact on individual behavior within the family system. In this complex case, the family systems perspective is the most relevant theoretical perspective. It allows the social worker to examine the interplay of family dynamics, roles, and relationships and their influence on the adolescent's behavior. This perspective considers the family as a unit and emphasizes the need to address family-level factors contributing to the adolescent's issues. Understanding the family system is crucial for effective assessment and intervention in this context. A social worker is working with a 45-year-old client who is going through a profound period of introspection and self-discovery. The client expresses a strong desire to make significant changes in their career and personal life. They feel a sense of urgency about their life's meaning and direction, often referred to as a midlife crisis. Which theory of human development is most relevant to understanding the challenges and transitions faced by this client at this stage of their life? A. Levinson's theory of adult development. B. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. C. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. D. Piaget's theory of cognitive development. A. Levinson's theory of adult development. Levinson's theory of adult development includes the concept of the midlife transition, which focuses on the challenges and changes individuals may experience in midlife, including reassessing life choices, previous commitments, potential career and personal changes, and the expression of previously ignored talents or aspirations. This theory is particularly relevant to understanding the client's experience during their midlife crisis. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development explores psychosocial stages throughout the lifespan, including the crisis of integrity versus despair in later years. Maslow's hierarchy of needs considers the potential impact of unmet psychological and social needs on a person's well-being during this reevaluation period. Piaget's theory of cognitive development typically applies to an individual's childhood and offers insights into cognitive adaptability and resilience in adults. A social worker is working with a couple who have been married for 15 years and are seeking therapy for relationship issues. The couple frequently argues and struggles with effective communication, particularly in resolving conflicts related to parenting styles. The social worker utilizes a solution-focused therapy approach, highlighting the couple's talents and experiences that have helped in navigating their differences. What key principle of solution-focused therapy is the social worker implementing to address the couple's challenges? A. Identifying unresolved childhood conflicts. B. Exploring deep emotional trauma. C. Emphasizing strengths and past successes. D. Examining unconscious motives. C. Emphasizing strengths and past successes. In this scenario, the social worker is using a solution-focused therapy approach, which is centered on identifying and amplifying a couple's strengths and past successful problem-solving experiences. By emphasizing these strengths, the social worker encourages the couple to build on their existing resources to improve their communication and resolve conflicts effectively. This approach aligns with the core principles of solution-focused therapy, which seeks to create positive change by focusing on what has worked in the past. A social worker is working with a 70-year-old client who identifies as a member of a racial and ethnic minority group. The client expresses deep concerns about experiencing healthcare disparities and discrimination within the healthcare system due to their cultural background. The client's concerns are rooted in past experiences of receiving inadequate care and feeling dismissed by healthcare providers. What approach should the social worker use to address these concerns effectively while respecting the client's experiences and perspectives? A. Encourage the client to change their healthcare provider. B. Dismiss the client's concerns as unfounded. C. Avoid discussing healthcare disparities to prevent discomfort. D. Advocate for the client's rights within the healthcare system. D. Advocate for the client's rights within the healthcare system. In this scenario, the most effective approach is to advocate for the client's rights within the healthcare system, which involves addressing systemic issues, supporting the client's access to quality care, and working to eliminate disparities. It is crucial for the social worker to validate and acknowledge the client's concerns about healthcare disparities and discrimination. Encouraging the client to change their healthcare provider, option A, may be considered, but it should be a decision made collaboratively with the client. Dismissing the client's concerns, option B, would be counterproductive and unhelpful. Avoiding discussions about healthcare disparities, option C, would not be in the best interest of the client and would not address the client's valid concerns. I trust this video has proven to be informative in enhancing your comprehension of social work license exam questions. If you're interested in expanding your studies, I assure you a captivating and enlightening 90-minute study session where we'll analyze questions and explore real-world applications. Come and join me for an amazing learning experience. Enroll today and gain access to an amazing chance to receive my exclusive ebook with 70 social work practice questions or my comprehensive online practice exam with 150 social work questions. And that's not all. As a bonus, you will also receive my highly sought-after Strategies for Success activity ebook at no cost. This amazing bundle is crafted to empower you on your learning journey and guarantee your ongoing success. Don't pass up on this opportunity. Enroll today. Visit my website, gilbertmbell.com, and find the sign-up link in the description below. Alternatively, you could text the word study to 347-683-7923. I am excited to study alongside you and assist you in reaching your full potential as a social worker. Thank you once more for tuning in.